Hi YouTube and happy Halloween. This video should be going up close to Halloween. I think it might be going up before or maybe the day after, but it will be close to Halloween, so happy Halloween. I am getting ready to, well, first go eat lunch because I'm hungry and it's lunchtime. But after that, go over to the office and print out our bookmarks and laminate them. And I'm hoping that I can get one sheet for each bookmark type to be printed and laminated today so that I can get the listings ready for those. Take pictures and maybe do some reels or is it Instagram reels and TikTok? Are those just videos? I don't know. But do some promotional stuff for that. And I think that's all that I really am gonna try to do today. Let's go and start on that. Just got into the office after going and having lunch, and it was a very good lunch. Very nice. Went to a Thai place and got the lunch special, which came with miso soup and a little house salad, egg rolls. Got some fried rice. So it was delicious. I'm all full now. Time time to do work. Can't work on empty stomach, so now I'm ready. But I will flip the camera around and show you guys the bookmarks and kind of how I laid those out on the paper, what I'm doing to print them, and we'll start printing and laminating. So let me turn you guys around so that you guys can see. So here's the Monastera one and the Fiddlehead Fern. I'm doing them where they match the printable planner set that I have already up on my shop. But these ones would be physical things that I obviously make myself and then send out. This is the Pothos Vine. And I'm hoping that doing it that way, I'll get a little bit of traction with the printable stuff too. Because I've told you guys in the past, but I don't have the means to make like actual agendas and stuff myself. And I looked on Printify, I didn't really see anything, but that might be stuff like premium stuff, you know, like where you have to have a subscription. I don't know, I'd have to look more into it, but for now, I'm not doing physical planners, but I can do bookmarks. So these, and I really liked the designs for my printable pages, so I wanted to kind of keep the designs that I made somehow, and bookmarks were what I decided to do. This one's the rose as well. Then here's the orchid. And I'm gonna do more bookmarks, but I thought that starting off with these 6 designs that I already kind of had done, but for the planners would be kind of a good way to start, since I don't want to just be reptile focused. I want to be more like nature focused, like flower, you know, plant, reptile, amphibian, more of kind of the like botanical theme. And then here's the daisies. So I'm trying to get a good array of things going. I don't want people to look at my shop and think I'm only catering towards reptiles or I'm only catering towards flowers. I want there to be kind of a showcase that it is, you know, for all that stuff. So those are the 6 designs. The Monastera, Fiddlehead Fern, Pothos, roses, orchids, and daisies. And then I wanted to also show you how I laid out my Photoshop file for my printable page, how I'm printing them out. So this is the Fiddlehead Fern layout that I have for printing out those. And as you can see, it's a little bit easier with the Fiddlehead Ferns to see where they end and begin, which is why I'm using this one to show you guys. But I'm able to fit 8 bookmarks on a page because they're not super big. I didn't want them to be very big. So they're like 2 inches, and then I don't know how much that is. I'd have to look, but they fit 8 to a page, and I made these into what's called like kind of smart objects. So here you look over here, here's all of my all my layers, but if I double click on this one, it takes me to the actual individual bookmark. So I made one individual bookmark as a smart object, and then I copy and paste all of the other ones from the original one. And doing it that way means that the smart object, like if I were to go in and change something with it, it would change for the other ones too. So it makes it easier to change things and to use this page, because I formatted one page the way that needed to be formatted, and then I would go in and I would replace the contents of the smart object, the very first one, and it would change all of the other ones as well. So whenever I got ready to do like the Monastera or the orchid or any of the other ones, I just opened up this file and I replaced the original smart object, and it changed all of the other ones for me. So that's how I did that. And then I saved it with a save as each time, so I wasn't overwriting it just in case something happened with the other ones. So I have a save file for like the Fiddlehead Fern, the Monastera, the Pothos. They all have an individual save. And then what I did is then I exported it out as a PDF, so then I can print it. Okay guys, the page has printed, and I've let it sit just for a little bit. You don't really need to let it sit too much, but so what I was saying I do is I take it, I flip it this way, and then I put it back in the same way. Oh, let me flip this thing. There we go. So now I can see. And I just put it back where it was. Flip that back down. And now it should print the exact same way as the front is laid out, but on the back, so that it's front and back. So like I said, I'm going to just cut along the seam of the bookmarks, and I take the safety off. I'll show you how I do it now with the cutting. So I line it up right on the seam. Again, I can see where the seam is because I made it, but it's probably a little difficult for you guys to see. But I just line it up as good as I can, and I cut it, and that one was actually perfect. So that's that's always really satisfying whenever you can get it right exactly on the seam. That was one of the things I tested with my test print, the one that I said there was a little bit of issues with on the formatting of how I did my Photoshop file, but I figured it out. That was one of the reasons why I also wanted to print out a test, was to see how easy it would actually be to cut them. But yeah, so as you can see, that's how it comes out. That's all of the bookmarks cut, and then and now they're ready for getting put in the lamination sheet. So let me get all of that set up so I can show you guys that process. Okay, I think you guys should be able to see enough of the table. What I do is I'm actually at my Cricut table. I have this, which is my laminator, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on because it does take a little bit to heat up. So while this is heating up, I'll show you how I do the bookmarks in the slip. So I have all of my supplies for making stickers and bookmarks under my Cricut desk right here. And so I actually have my lamination slips down here as well. So I get one of them out, and these are 5mm slips. There's a 5 and a 3. I'm using the 5 just to, again, make them a little bit sturdier so that they don't bend as easy. They're a little nicer quality bookmarks, because I don't want them to be like flimsy things. But so I have my bookmarks, I have my slip, and I open it up like so. This is the self-adhesive kind, so when I put my bookmarks in here, it's not going to stick to this. That's what my laminator is for. When I put those in, it will seal them shut with heat. But I take my bookmarks, and I'm going to figure out how I want to lay them out. But I haven't figured out a way to do all of them on a page. If I were only doing 6, they would fit on here, but I'm doing 8 per page, so they don't exactly all fit on my sheet. but that's okay because I've decided that I will do like a miscellaneous lamination slip with the ones that didn't fit the first time, because I have six bookmarks designed, and I'll have 2 left over from each one, so I'll actually end up doing 2 miscellaneous pages. But so I get those all laid out as much as I can. You want to have enough room in between for it to fully seal around them. So I try to space them out pretty decently so they'll seal. So this is the first go through, and you might be able to see there's a faint line around the bookmarks, and that is the sealing of the laminate. And it gets pretty close. On some of them it's closer than others. But like if you look at this one and then like this first one, you can see there's a little bit of a wiggle around on some of the edges where the edge is a little bit bigger, the seal, not as tight to the bookmark. And so what I do is I flip it over, because too, you can also see it, even though I laid it flat to cool, it bends just a little bit. So I like to flip it over for the second run through. But now for the second run through, I just put it in like so. As you can see, hopefully, how much tighter the laminate sealing got. Because these ones at the top, these are the ones that had the wiggles around where it got a little bit farther away, and you can see that the seal is a lot closer now. And like this one got really close, which is good. I like that, because whenever I cut it out, I don't want to accidentally cut through the seal and it open up. So on the paper cutter, I still use the paper cutter for this because the laminate, it's not too thick that it's going to damage my paper cutter blade. It's kind of the same weight as like a cardstock. So it doesn't add too much thickness to the bookmarks where my paper cutter wouldn't be able to cut it, and I would need to get something else in order to do that. But so now what I do, this part takes a little bit longer to cut than the actual bookmark paper itself, because I'm really trying to make sure that I don't cut into any of the seals. But what I'll do is I do my initial kind of cuts where I get the bookmarks separated from each other. So those ones don't really need to be like super measured out. I still try to make them straight cuts. I'm not trying to be super hazardous with the cuts, but I get them all cut away from each other. And this one, I have them a little bit closer to each other. So this one is one where I do take my time and I cut right in between them like that. And that edge is an edge that I won't have to trim later. But that's how much of a border I put around my bookmarks is this top one right here. So now, because I want it to match, this edge was the edge that was the sealed edge, the pre-sealed edge already. So I try to match the pre-sealed edge border with the rest of them whenever I cut them, so they're all the same length. So like for this one, now is when I take my time and I line it up so that it will be the same amount as that edge I just showed you, and it will not cut into the seal. So there you go. That's the edge I just cut, as you can see, and I matched it, like I said, to the pre-sealed edge. So you see, it's like that. And then I'll do that on the other side of the bookmark where I line it up. I cut that. And then that one also is pretty close to how the pre-sealed edge is. And then once I have it like this, I take my scissors to cut the corners. So I cut those by hand, where I just go snip like that, so that it is not pokey. You see this one, it's kind of like I said, it's pokey. It stabs you a little bit. So like if you were to, you know, fling this around and get yourself, I mean, it wouldn't make you bleed, but it definitely could leave one of those little like white scratches on you. And I don't really want anybody getting hurt with my stuff. So I decided to cut the edges, and it gives it kind of a nicer finish too. So I try to get them to all be the same angle, but since I am cutting it by hand, they don't all do exactly the same, but I get them pretty close. And I am going to put on the Etsy listing that these are like handmade, so people hopefully don't pay too much attention if one of the corners is a little bit different than the other ones. But this is how they turn out, and I think that they look pretty good. I'm hoping that that people actually do buy them. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones, but that's how I do them. The next page of bookmarks just printed out. I did the pathos, so let me go ahead and flip you guys around so you can see. Here they are. This one you can see the seam in the middle a lot better than the Monsteras, but yeah, I went ahead and did the front and the back, and that's how they're looking. So I'm going to go ahead and take them over to the paper cutter. here's how the pothos vine turned out after laminating and cutting them. And the rose page just finished printing. And so here's how that turned out. The front and the back of that. So the orchids printed. For some reason there's a little bit of a gap on these ones. I don't know why. I went back into my Photoshop file and adjusted some things, so hopefully next time I print this there won't be a little gap right there. But that's just where the seam goes, so it doesn't affect the bookmarks on this one at all. And here is our final sheet of bookmarks, printed out, done. Okay guys, all of the bookmarks are done. I went ahead and cut out the daisies, and I think that this set looks very good. So let me turn my camera around and I'll show you guys how all of the bookmarks turned out. So here they are. My light is very bright over here, so there's going to be a glare a little bit on some of them. Of course, if I do that, then there's a shadow. But this is how they turned out. You guys can see without the glare. That's the full set, the full 6. And you see my 2 of my Halloween stickers. I didn't have a place to put them, so they're just on the table. But that's how they turned out. And here's a close-up of the daisy since I went ahead and cut that out. That's how it looks. Alright guys, back in my corner. This is gonna be the end of the video. I'm very happy with the progress that we had today. I got through a full sheet of all 6 of the bookmarks, and I did go ahead and get those all staged and took pictures of them and everything before I left. So I will be working on those listings, and hopefully I'll start getting those posted before. I'm definitely getting them posted before the start of the cyber sale in November, but I'm wanting to get them all lined up so that I'll be able to post them in the days leading to the sale, so that I can start getting traction over on my Etsy and be getting pushed out by them, because I'm showing activity on my shop. But this is the end of the video. If you like the video, please feel free to leave a like. Subscribe if you want to continue on this journey with me of being a shop owner. Go in the comments section down below and leave your thoughts. You don't have to say anything about what happened in this video today. It can just be about what's going on with you, your own shop, what your hobby is, anything. If you have a suggestion of your favorite flower or plant, or maybe what sticker you're wanting to see next, or what you think I could also be doing, you can leave that down there too. Or you can just be saying hi. It can be whatever you want it to be in the comments, as long as it's nice to everybody. But I will have all of my links down in the description below. I have my YouTube channel, as you already know because you're on it. I do have an Instagram, elfpressshop. I have my Etsy store, elfpress. I have a TikTok account for my store as well. I think that one's also elfpressshop. I have a LinkTree that has all of my links if you like doing the link trees instead of just clicking on each individual link. And then I do have a business email account, elfpressshop@gmail.com. In case there's any inquiries that you have, you can use that. But all that will be in the description for you. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload, you can click the little bell icon to get notifications. You don't have to do that. I know some people don't like getting notifications, but some people do like getting notifications whenever their YouTubers that they watch upload. So you can do that if you want to. You don't have to. All of it's free. So whatever you feel like doing, you can do. But that's the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, YouTube.